let's talk about why the SHRM exam questions feel so tricky and how you're going to overcome that. Have you ever read a question, stared at the answer choices and thought, okay, all of these sound right to me, so now what? You are not alone, but don't worry, I've got a strategy that is going to stop all that second guessing. I'm Angela Murray, SHRM SCP, SPHR, and your favorite HR exam coach. And here's a secret. You need to decode the questions before you even think about answering them. Let's break it down. The first thing you need to know is this. SHRM questions aren't about regurgitating facts. They're not testing what you know, they're testing how you think. Every question is designed to evaluate your ability to solve problems, lead strategically, and apply HR principles in real life. So when you read a question, don't rush to the answer choices. Really pause and ask yourself two things. What competency is the question testing? And secondly, what role am I supposed to play? Am I the leader, the strategist, or the technical expert? These three roles give you a different focus. When HR works as a leader, they are tasked with influencing and guiding others. For example, facilitating discussions or setting goals. When HR is working as a strategist, they focus on the big picture and aligning efforts with organizational goals. So look for phrases like analyze, align with strategy, or implement organizational solutions. When HR is a technical expert, they are hands-on with HR systems or specific processes. For example, performance appraisals or organizational optimization. Understanding this will make the questions so much easier for you. Let's work through a few examples together, and then you can see how each role will be laid out. So here's the first question. A team is struggling to meet deadlines due to unclear priorities. As the HR manager, what's your first step? Now, we're not even looking at the answers yet. Let's just work through decoding this question first. So first, what competency is this testing? Now, clearly, this is about problem solving and leadership, so it makes sense that this is being extracted from the leadership competency. Second, think about what role you're playing. In this case, you're acting as a leader who needs to step in and fix an issue. The issue revolves around team dynamics and productivity. Addressing unclear priorities involves diagnosing root causes, improving communication, and influencing team alignment. This points to leadership skills. So that means you're looking for an answer that focuses on clear communication, prioritization, and empowering the team, not micromanaging or assigning blame. Okay, now let's look at the answer choices. A says reassign the project to a different team member. Nope, that is not leadership, it's micromanaging. B says meet with the team to clarify priorities and deadlines. Now that does sound like leadership, so we're going to put that to the side. We're just going to hold on to it. C says to wait to see if the team improves on its own. Definitely not. That's avoiding the problem. Escalate the issue to senior management. Now, escalation is sometimes needed, but it's not the first step of a problem. So the best answer is to meet with the team to clarify priorities and deadlines, because that aligns with the leadership competency and it focuses on empowering your team. All right, now let's look at a question that requires a strategist. A company is expanding internationally and experiencing challenges with cultural integration. As the HR director, what is the best approach to address this issue? Now, this question is testing your ability to think long-term and strategically. You're focused on big picture solutions that align with the organization's goals. Let's decode the answers first. A says host a one-time cultural sensitivity training for employees. That's useful, but it's not strategic enough. It's short-term, really. B says develop a comprehensive diversity and inclusion strategy tailored to global operations. Now, this does align with long-term organizational goals. Rely on local managers to handle cultural issues as they arise. Of course, that's reactive, it's not strategic. Create an anonymous feedback survey about cultural challenges. That's a good tactic, but it's not a full strategy, it's a tactic. So the best answer is develop a comprehensive diversity and inclusion strategy tailored to global operations. A strategist focuses on aligning HR initiatives with business objectives and preparing for long-term success. All right, so finally, here's a technical HR question. An employee has requested intermittent FMLA leave for a chronic condition. What is the HR department's first step? Now, this question is testing your technical expertise in compliance. You need to apply your knowledge of HR laws and policies to ensure the organization meets its legal obligations. That's technical. So let's look at the answer choices. A says, approve the request and notify the employee's manager. It's not yet. Technical expertise requires following proper procedures first. B says, provide the employee with the required FMLA forms and request medical certification. Yes, this is legally the correct first step. C says, inform the employee of their FMLA rights after the leave begins. That's too late. You've missed the compliance step. So, of course, that's not the correct answer. And then D says to advise the manager to reassign the employee's workload immediately. That's really out of scope. You need to handle the legal process first. So the correct answer is provide the employee with the required FMLA forms and request medical certification. See, technical HR expertise is about knowing and applying the rules with precision. This decoding strategy always works for me because when you decode the questions first, you build sort of a mental filter. If you know you're looking for a leadership answer choice, a question that places HR as a technical expert doesn't even sound correct to you anymore. You know what to look for, and you can instantly rule out answers that don't align with the role that SHRM is testing you on. So instead of spending time debating between the answer choices, you're making a confident decision based on the competency and the role that the question is targeting. And trust me, that confidence will save you so much stress during the exam, and it will save you so much time. Now, in order to get this right, you have to practice. You need to practice before exam day so that it comes quickly to you on exam day. So, make sure that you are using practice questions. As you study, take a moment to identify the competency and the role for every single question. Even write it down if it helps. Then review SHRM's list of competencies and familiarize yourself with how they show up in the scenarios. Think like an HR leader. Always ask, what would an HR leader do in this situation? That is the mindset that is going to guide you to the right answer every time. Decoding the questions is a game changer, but it has to be used in conjunction with the tips that I share in my secrets to answering the hardest SHRM question video. So ensure that you are using these effectively and head over to that video because they go hand in hand. You have to use them in conjunction. Can't do one, you got to do both. So I'll see you over there.